Hey tugboats, it's Shiipty and welcome back to the channel for another episode of my Sim series, Growing with Amari. Before we jump into anything today, I would like to say thank you so much everyone for all of your positive feedback on the first episode. I had originally planned to pre-record the episode, but I also wanted to know what you all were thinking, how you were feeling about the situations that occurred, so that way I could implicate them into this episode. But I do want to highlight comment of the day, and comment of the day comes from Kiera. Thank you so much for joining our tugboat family. And I totally agree. I think that Michael should definitely say something as soon as he possibly feels comfortable. Michael is staying here at the Willow Creek Hotel. He has not been home for the entire weekend and even Monday, and he had told his wife that he had a business trip to take, but really he's just been in the next town over because he just can't be bothered to lay next to her, especially knowing what he knows. Now, I did go ahead and cheat his moodlet because the moodlet that he had when he found out about her cheating actually disappeared for its time frame, and it's really unfortunate that they don't last that long, so I did have to cheat it just to make it make sense, you know. But yeah, Michael has been staying here at this hotel for a while, and he misses his daughter. That's the only reason he's going home, but if he could stay here, he would. He's just ready to get out of that house, if I'm being honest with you all. But just to inform everyone of what's actually been happening, so Michael has decided to not talk to his wife right away. And the reason being is because he doesn't want to ruin this week for his daughter. This is definitely her week. It's senior week, it's graduation, her birthday's this weekend. It's a lot, and so he doesn't want to cause drama or conflict for his daughter, so he doesn't plan on saying anything, but he does plan to talk to his wife as soon as his daughter goes away to college. I think that that's probably his best time frame, is to talk to her when his daughter's out of the house and everything that she has going on, you know, is done and past. Like I said, he just doesn't want to ruin it for her, even though he cannot stand to be at home right now. Amari is home from school. She feels happy. She feels fine. So I know some of you all are going to wonder if Amari is even sad that her father is not here. She at this point doesn't know that he knows. So he hasn't said anything to her or her mother. She's just under the impression that he is truly away for business. But to give you guys some information on what happened to Amari and Kason, Amari's thought about it, and she's probably just going to remain friends with him. Now, the reason she has decided to stay friends with him is because he actually has a whole internship that he's going to take in Selvdorado. He will not be anywhere near her. And so he told her, you know, we can make this long distance thing work. But in Amari's head, she is like, if my mom can cheat on my dad, he can cheat on me. We have not known each other as long as my mom and my dad have, and yet, you know, she cheated. So she just doesn't want to risk being hurt, and so she's decided to not go through with the relationship. But I think with the place that they're in currently, I don't think that he'll take it too hard. I think he'll understand. He might be a little bummed out because she's a little bummed out. With Michael being gone this weekend, the house has definitely been lacking, and Kori had no idea how much pride her husband took into keeping this house clean. And so Kori's gonna have to take on the load of vacuuming the upstairs and getting everything cleaned up. But she truly is missing her husband around to help. I mean, honestly, she really had no idea that he took so much pride in their home and did so much for their home. And so she's up here now just trying to vacuum and get things cleaned up. He said that he would be home today, so she's happy that he's coming home. Kori's decided that she's probably also going to call off this whole fling with Andre. She just does not think that it was the best decision for her to do something like that. She's starting to feel guilty, and so she wants to try and put that behind her and actually work and support her husband. But considering that Michael actually read Amari's diary and saw the diary entry, I think that it might be a little bit too late. But both of our girls are just cleaning up the house. He, you know, like I said, Michael said he's coming home today. So Amari wants to make sure that the house is tidy for her dad. She's missed him. I think that she would probably even try to serve dinner. Let's see, what should we make? We should make meatball tamale bites because I feel like that's something that her and her dad made when she was a kid. So she's gonna come over here and make some dinner for them. He's gonna be home soon and she just wants to surprise him and hopefully make him feel welcome. Now I did say that senior week is this week, so I have so many things planned for Amari that, well, it's really senior day at school. So we're gonna be, hanging out with our friends, doing some activities in the backspace of the high school. I have it all set up. I cannot wait to go and experience that with you guys. And again, we do have Amari's birthday coming up this week. That'll probably be more so in the next episode, but just to give you guys something to look forward to. Michael smelled the tamale bites from the door, and so he's coming in to give his daughter a hug, and he's like, honey, you didn't have to make me dinner, I appreciate it. He is still a little sad, guys, and that is to be expected. His wife is in the room with him and he knows all of the business, so it is kind of going to be a very difficult process being here, but he plans to more than likely fall asleep in his office since that's something that he typically does anyway. But I think that Kori's gonna say, I vacuumed the house and me and Amari, we just cleaned up. We wanted it to be clean when you came home, honey. And I feel like now she's actively trying, like I said, to be a present wife, but knowing what he knows, it's going to be very difficult for her. And I don't know if they would even be able to save this marriage at this point because Michael, I don't think, could forget anything like that. I don't think Kori even realizes what she's done exactly, but I mean, how could she? She doesn't know that her husband knows. She just thinks that this is normal activity, but she does find it kind of strange that she's eating dinner alone tonight, but it's not something that's going to upset her or anything. But she's probably about to go to bed. This is usually the time that she kind of turns in for the night, so she's going to head upstairs, grab herself a shower, and go to sleep. She's just going to expect Michael to come upstairs and join her in the bed, but he has already set his mind to sit here and work in his office, get some things done for his job. And so I feel like Kori's gonna, yell past her husband and say, hey honey, I'll see you in a little bit. I'm gonna go upstairs, gonna get a shower and go to bed. She's even planning to have some spontaneous woohoo tonight with her husband once he joins her. But as I said, guys, he is not coming up here to sleep next to her. He doesn't even want to touch her in a sense. So it's very, the tension is high. Good morning, everyone. Kori is waking up a little sad today. She's kind of picking up on the vibe that her husband's throwing down. She's wondering why he isn't sleeping with her tonight. Now, she's missed him since he's been gone, so it's really throwing her off that he did not join her in bed last night, but she's just gonna try to focus on something else. Come down here and get something to eat. Let's actually get her a bowl of cereal because I think that she was going to actually eat something from last night. But yeah, she even walked past her husband's office space and saw him sleeping in the chair, and she's wondering, why didn't my husband sleep with me? Does he not love me anymore? Is there something wrong? Like, did I do something? Of course you've done something, Kori, but she's not thinking that he knows. Sorry to have ended things so abruptly at home like that. I did get the prompt to come to high school with Amari today, and I wanted to because today, as I mentioned, is the senior day. So it's the prettiest day that we've had this week thus far, and I really did not want to miss it. Amari is actually heading to her first class. Now, I think that I might have had some mod complications because none of her friends are here, so I'll have to invite them after school to actually attend the setup that I have in the back. So this is what I have set up for the high school students today. I really wanted to look fun and almost like a field day. I don't know if any of you all have had a field day at your school before, but field day was probably like one of my favorite days out of the whole school year because you get to come and do fun activities with your friends, and the teachers have all these games and things set up. And I even decided to get some food vendors out here, so we'll have to hire someone for those as well as a DJ, because doesn't this look so fun? And you can even come over here and take pictures. I went with a graduation theme because obviously they're going to be graduating soon, and I wanted them to get some really cute pictures together. But this place looks so cool. I even love the little banners that we have up front. But I did want to show you all something that I found very interesting almost. So opening Kaysen's relationship panel with her, we haven't been able to tell him just yet that we want to be friends, but it is almost as if she has convinced herself to think that Kaysen is very unattractive. As you can see here, she does have a crush on him and he has a crush on her, but I think that by telling herself that she finds him unattractive might make it a little easier for her to end things. So I think that's why that's there. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have any other input on that. So I don't know what that is about. Like, leave your comments down below what you think as to why she finds him unattractive now all of a sudden. But I just find it very strange because they were getting along so well at prom, and even now they have crushes on each other. Why would she find him unattractive if she had a crush on him? So we've been out here for a little while now and everyone is having a blast. It looks like the teacher's a little upset, but I think they've actually gotten in line to join the fun. Everyone's going down the slip and slide and just having a really good time. And I noticed that Amari got flirty when Kaysen got around, which is really sad, but it's okay. We're gonna stop that after this. We're gonna have to tell him that she only wants to be friends with him. Oh my gosh, who was that? Oh, that was Kaysen that fell like that. That was terrible. This is so much fun. They have been enjoying themselves a ton. Oh my gosh, it looks as though Kaysen's hiding behind Jada. He's like, you can't hit me, Amari, if I'm hiding behind Jada. They just double teamed us. That was awful. But they have been having so much fun together, guys. We've been out here for a while actually, and it's so unfortunate that it's already dark and it's literally just her and her only friends, but I think everyone's kind of left for the most part. I'm gonna pretend that they're still here though, so let's not look at the rest of the area. But it looks as though Amari's like, hey Kaysen, can I actually talk to you really quickly? Amari has just informed Kaysen that there are so many differences between them with their future that she doesn't know if they would even be able to work out as a couple. Now Kaysen's face says it all. He is like, what do you mean? I thought that, we talked about this. I know that we can make this work long distance. He's like, come on. He's like, I'm not going that far away. She's like, you're gonna be super far away, Kaysen. There's no way this could work. And so I think that we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna nip it in the bud now, and we are just going to ask him to just be friends. Now, again, I don't think that this is something Amari wants to do. She definitely wanted to date him, but she's laid down all the facts for him, and she's like, I don't think that this is gonna work. If you say so, then I guess that we shouldn't date Amari, but I was really looking forward to dating you, if I'm being honest. And she's like, I know, but just with everything going on with us both in different places, it's just not gonna work, Kaysen. Kaysen did suggest that it would be really fun for them to get another photo in the photo booth together just to remember them, and this time we're going to do a friendly photo only. Now he wants to give this to her as a gift because he wants her to remember him when they go away. They were each other's first crushes, and this was definitely an experience. So Kaysen is going to give Amari the picture from the photo booth. He's like, here, how about you take this to college and just don't forget me, okay? At least let's stay in touch and be friendly with each other. And Amari's like, oh, you can definitely count on that. I would never just completely forget you. And I guess he's thinking about all his Salvadoradian exploration that he's going to be doing. But I do think that it's appropriate for, them to give each other a hug to basically seal the deal on this whole thing. We've had so many fun memories in high school with one another, but this is the close to a chapter, and I am so happy that, oh my gosh, she's still flirty. I'm so happy we met Kaysen. Amari did just come through the door and she's way past curfew, and I think that Kori is almost having like some frustration vent on her daughter, but I'm gonna have her yell at her for breaking curfew. She's like, you were supposed to be here 2 hours ago. Why are you so late coming home? And Amari's like, well, Mom, it was senior day. I was just having fun with my friends. It wasn't anything terrible. I tried to text you and let you know that I was going to be a little late, but I got here. I was here as soon as I could be. Amari is super frustrated with her mother. She never really goes out, and today was the one day that she wanted to have fun, and so she's arguing with her mother now and just telling her that she's upset about the house rule. She's like, Mom, I'm never late when I come home, and this one time you want to yell at me. She's like, me and your dad have a curfew in place for a reason. And again, guys, I think that Kori truly is just venting because she's upset right now. And normally she would never yell at her daughter like this, but she's just frustrated and things in her life aren't going very well. So I think she's taking it out on her daughter. Frustrated with the argument, Kori told her daughter just to go upstairs to her room and that she didn't want to see her for the rest of the night. But guys, I feel so bad because if we actually go to Kori's profile and her sentiments with her daughter, Amari feels a personal rift with her mom. She's feeling the distance that's growing between them, and Kori feels it as well. She's actually hurt that her daughter yelled back at her, but I don't know if she's more so hurt that her daughter yelled at her or if she's hurt at the fact that she feels like her family's falling apart. There's so much sadness in this house, guys. Amari came to her room and just started crying because she's just so frustrated with the news of her mom cheating and her infidelity, as well as her mother and her just yelling and getting into an argument. But I feel like she would probably just go to sleep at this point. She's just so sad, and Kori is actually in her room crying as well. There's just so much sadness here, guys. And Michael, oh my gosh, he's sad too, and like he's been doing for the past few days, he's just working for his job and just trying to stay busy as much as possible because he wants to eagerly, and he never felt like he would say this, but get his daughter out of the house as soon as possible because he wants to talk to his wife. Michael's having some difficulty sleeping, so he's coming out here to play some basketball. This is what he and his daughter used to do at night. You know, she'd have a bad day at school, she'd come home and she would just come out to the backyard and just shoot some basketball, and that was kind of almost their way of communicating without saying anything. They both knew that when they came out here to play ball, that it was just because they were having a hard time. And so with that being said, he just wants to come out here and kind of zone in and stay in his own lane and just play ball. Like I said, this is just their way of venting their frustration. It's an outlet. And most of the time when Amari would be sad and she and her dad would come out here and play a little bit of basketball, it would usually cheer her up. And I think that Michael was under the impression like it worked in the past, maybe it'll work now. So he's just gonna play basketball for a little bit and try to clear his head.